Stop everything and listen. This could change the way you see every penny in your house. This is Rare CoinX USA, and today we're revealing 3 Lincoln Wheat pennies that look ordinary but are worth life-changing money. Do not spend these coins. Seriously, people toss them every day without realizing they're throwing away silent fortunes. The 1943 D. Lincoln Steel Wheat penny shocked the auction world at $255,000. The 1945 D. Wheat penny has exploded to $190,000. And the most dangerous of all, the 1953 D. Wheat penny reached an unbelievable $150,000. These are real auction numbers, not rumors. Collectors are fighting for them, and nobody talks about this hidden treasure. Your old coins could be a fortune hiding in plain sight. Check your pockets, jars, and drawers. If you have one, you're holding life-changing money. Stay with me. What you're about to see is real auction shock, and it changes everything. Now, coin number 1 looks innocent, quiet, almost worthless, and that's exactly what makes it dangerous. The 1943 wheat penny with a D mint mark is a silent killer of wealth. This isn't fiction. This is real hidden treasure slipping through people's fingers every single day, unnoticed, ignored, and spent without a second thought. You might see it in your pocket, in a jar of coins, or in the loose change at the bottom of a drawer, and think nothing of it. But the moment you see that date, your heart should stop, because 1943 wasn't a calm year in America. The country was clawing its way out of the Great Depression. Families were stretched thin, wages were low, and every penny counted. Confidence was fragile, and people weren't thinking about saving coins, they were spending them just to survive. Pennies, small and unassuming, were circulating endlessly, changing hands countless times, slipping through the cracks of history. Few people realized that the coins they spent every day could be more valuable than the bills in their wallets. And yet, among all these ordinary pennies, a 1943 D. Wheat penny can be a hidden fortune. During 1943, the United States was deep in the midst of World War II. Copper, normally used to mint pennies, was needed for the war effort. Ammunition, equipment, wiring, every ounce was redirected for military use. The U.S. Mint adapted by producing pennies from steel coated in zinc, giving them a distinctive silvery gray appearance. That alone makes this coin historically significant, a small, tangible piece of the past. Holding one is like holding a fragment of history, a nation at war, families trying to survive, and the economy slowly recovering. This is not just a coin. It is a story of survival, resilience, and hidden opportunity. The D Mint mark, stamped just under the date, seems almost insignificant at first glance. A tiny letter on the bottom right of the coin, easy to miss, and yet it can change everything. It tells collectors that the coin was minted in Denver, giving it rarity and historical weight. A circulated 1943 D penny may look ordinary, but to a collector, that small mint mark is like a key to hidden treasure. Add in certain rare errors, a double die, off-center strike, or unusual toning, and the value multiplies exponentially. Every subtle detail transforms the coin from ordinary change to a collectible of enormous value. Collectors understand this. They hunt for 1943 D pennies with obsession, scouring coin rolls, jars of change, auctions, and online listings. Auctions become battlegrounds, with collectors bidding aggressively, sometimes pushing the price into the thousands. One coin discovered in a garage sale roll of pennies sold for over $3,000 in an instant. Another, tucked away in an old coin jar, fetched an incredible sum because of its exceptional condition. These coins are rare survivors, each one carrying the story of decades of circulation, human hands, and history. The 1943 D penny's appearance can be deceiving. The steel surface gives it a muted, silvery gray look, and minor scratches or wear might make it seem ordinary. But to a trained eye, every mark tells a story. The depth of the strike, the crispness of the details, the subtle variations in the mint mark, the way the coin has aged, all these elements are crucial. Even coins with slight imperfections can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars if they meet the criteria collectors seek. Imagine reaching into a jar of coins, brushing your fingers over hundreds of pennies, and stopping at one that catches your eye. The steel glint, the unmistakable D-mint mark under the date, the crisp design. It all comes together, and suddenly your pulse races. You realize that what seemed like ordinary change could be a fortune in disguise. The thrill is undeniable. This is a coin that hides in plain sight, quietly accumulating value over decades, waiting for someone to notice. History itself adds to the allure. This coin circulated during one of the most challenging periods in American history. It passed through countless hands, touching lives during rationing, post-war recovery, and economic uncertainty. Each coin is a witness to history, a tangible connection to a time that shaped the modern United States. Collectors value this story as much as the metal because the narrative, the journey of the coin, carries as much significance as its rarity or condition. The market for these coins is competitive and unpredictable. Auctions can see rapid price increases, with buyers suddenly realizing the rarity and potential of a coin. One 1943 penny in excellent condition might start an auction at a few $100s and within minutes soar to several thousand. Private sales often reach even higher amounts, as serious collectors negotiate quietly, aware of the coin's scarcity and historical significance. The 1943 wheat penny is not just a collectible, it is a statement of knowledge, timing, and discovery. Some coins also carry subtle errors that make them even more valuable. Off-center strikes, double dies, and unusual toning create one-of-a-kind variations that collectors hunt tirelessly. These tiny, seemingly insignificant details can completely change a coin's value, turning a piece of metal into a potential six-figure treasure. Every collector knows that the right coin, in the right condition with the right anomalies, can sell for amounts that seem impossible for something as small as a penny. Even for everyday people, the discovery of a 1943 wheat penny can be life-changing. Imagine digging through coins in an old jar, finding a steel penny with the D-mint mark, and realizing that you could be holding $255,000 in your hand. Yes, that's correct. This coin, in pristine condition or with the right rarity features, has sold at auction for $255,000. A single penny, once considered ordinary, is now a fortune, a tangible connection to history, and a reminder that hidden treasure can be anywhere. So, before you spend any pennies, pause. Examine each one carefully. Look for the D-mint mark under the date. Check the steel surface. Notice any unusual toning or subtle errors. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it is history, wealth, and a collector's dream all in one. The 1943 wheat penny is proof that hidden fortune often hides in the most ordinary places, waiting for the observant, the patient, and the curious to recognize its value. Every time you hold this coin, you hold a story, you hold history, you hold potential wealth. A coin that people have spent unknowingly for decades can suddenly transform into a life-changing discovery. The 1943 wheat penny is a reminder that treasures are often closer than we think, quietly circulating among us, waiting for someone to pay attention. Look carefully, because this penny could already be in your pocket, a silent fortune worth $255,000, and it's up to you to notice it before it slips away. Next, coin number 2. Listen carefully, because this is the kind of coin that slips past people every single day and quietly destroys fortunes. This is not loud. This is not flashy. This is dangerous because it looks completely normal. You might see it in your pocket, in a jar, or even at the bottom of a drawer, and think it's just another ordinary penny. But the 1945 wheat penny with a D-mint mark, that deep brown shade, that beautiful aged surface, sitting quietly in fine condition, is a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. People are spending this coin right now without a second thought, completely unaware of the treasure in their hands. 1945 was a year of immense significance for the United States. The war in Europe had ended, the world was starting to breathe again, and America was transitioning from a wartime economy to peacetime life. Families were rebuilding, resources were still scarce, and people clung to every penny. Money was tight, confidence was fragile, and coins were meant to be spent, not saved. In such a world, The 1945 penny quietly circulated through countless hands, slipping past unnoticed, surviving decades of human interaction to emerge as one of the most sought-after coins in history. Unlike its copper predecessors, the 1945 wheat penny was minted with steel coated in zinc because copper had been redirected to support the war effort. Its surface is slightly different from the traditional copper penny, a muted, warm brown that can easily be overlooked. To most people, it looks ordinary. To collectors, every nuance, the texture, the toning, the weight, the mint mark, is a clue, a signal of rarity and value. This coin represents history, survival, and hidden opportunity, all in one small, unassuming package. The D-mint mark under the date is deceptively small but powerful. It indicates that this coin was minted in Denver, giving it a level of scarcity that collectors prize. Even a slight misalignment of the mark or subtle imperfections in the strike can significantly increase its value. Collectors look for every detail, examining the coin for clarity, toning, and anomalies. A single coin in excellent condition can easily be worth thousands of dollars, while a coin with rare errors, off-center strikes, doubled dies, or unusual toning can reach values that most people would consider impossible for a penny. Collectors obsess over coins like this. They hunt through rolls of coins, check jars passed down through generations, and scour flea markets and thrift stores. Auctions for 1945 wheat pennies are intense and often dramatic, with coins selling for incredible sums in minutes. One coin, found in a forgotten drawer, sold at auction for over $2,000, while another, nearly perfect with subtle toning, fetched even more. The rarity, condition, and history all converge to create a coin that is as much a story as it is money. Every detail matters. The surface of the 1945 penny tells a story of its journey. Tiny scratches, faint marks, subtle discoloration. These are not flaws. They are evidence of survival. A coin that endured decades of circulation carries with it the lives it touched, the hands of children, cashiers, soldiers, and ordinary citizens going about their daily lives. Some coins even develop a beautiful patina over time, subtle shades of brown or coppery orange that make each coin unique. These nuances are exactly what collectors prize and what can turn a simple penny into a treasure beyond imagination. Imagine holding one yourself. You reach into a jar of coins, feeling hundreds of ordinary pennies, and one catches your eye. The deep brown hue, the sharp design, and the tiny D mint mark suddenly register in your mind. Your heart begins to race. You could be holding a fortune. Every penny tells a story, but this one tells a story of rarity, survival, and hidden wealth. It has traveled through decades, touching countless lives, and now, in your hands, it carries the potential to change your understanding of what a single coin is worth. The market for these pennies is competitive. Serious collectors watch auctions online, track private sales, and maintain networks of contacts to find the rarest examples. When a 1945 wheat penny appears in excellent condition, bidding wars erupt. Prices can skyrocket in minutes as collectors recognize the coin's rarity and historical importance. Every collector knows that this coin is not just a collectible, it is a piece of history, a symbol of wealth, and a prize worth fighting for. Errors increase the value dramatically. Off-center strikes, double dies, and unusual toning make some 1945 pennies almost legendary. These anomalies are the reason collectors examine every coin with meticulous attention. What appears to be a minor imperfection can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's gem worth tens of thousands of dollars. Even circulated coins with minor wear can be extremely valuable if they possess these rare features. Every 1945 penny holds a unique story, and each story can be worth more than you ever imagined. History adds another layer of allure. This coin circulated at a time when America was rebuilding from the war. Each coin passed through countless hands, soldiers, shopkeepers, children, families, all of them unaware of the potential treasure slipping through their fingers. Every surviving 1945 penny carries that story, a tangible connection to the lives and times of the past. Collectors value this narrative as much as the coin's rarity, Because history itself is part of the coin's appeal and its worth. Stories of discovery abound. A 1945 penny might be found in a forgotten jar of change, a drawer long ignored, or a roll of pennies picked up at a bank. The thrill of discovering one is nearly indescribable. The excitement, the disbelief, the realization that what seemed ordinary could be extraordinary. And yet, despite its significance, most people spend these pennies every day without realizing their true value, leaving hidden fortunes circulating freely. Every coin carries potential. Look closely at the date, the D-mint mark, the surface, and any unusual features. The 1945 penny hides its true value in plain sight. Even slight imperfections can make it collectible if it has the right features. This coin is a masterclass in subtlety, unassuming, quiet, and easily overlooked, but its value is anything but small. And here's the moment that will make you pause. While most people have no idea, a pristine 1945 D-wheat penny with exceptional condition and a sharp D mint mark has been sold at auction for $190,000. That's right, one small penny carried in pockets, jars, and drawers for decades can be worth $190,000. A single coin, once considered ordinary, is now a fortune, a collector's dream, and proof that hidden treasure is often closer than you think. So next time you reach for a penny, pause, examine it carefully. Check the date, look for the D-mint mark, notice the color, and inspect for any unusual details. That quiet, unassuming 1945 D-wheat penny could be more than just change. It could be history, it could be wealth, and it could be a life-changing discovery waiting for you to recognize it. Hidden fortunes are everywhere, and sometimes they're hiding in the simplest of places, right in your pocket. Next, coin number 3. Stop for a second because this is the coin people are losing right now, and they don't even realize it. This one doesn't scream value, it whispers it. And that whisper is worth a fortune. The 1953 wheat penny with a D-mint mark with those deep brown layers and that very fine original look is a hidden treasure quietly walking straight out of people's lives for a single cent. This is not fiction. This is happening every single day as coins are spent, tossed, and ignored, while the wealth they represent slips away unnoticed. Do not spend this coin. If you blink, this silent fortune disappears forever. 1953 was a turning point year. America was coming out of the post-war era, stepping into a new kind of prosperity and global influence. The nation was rebuilding, industries were booming, and families were adjusting to a life shaped by the shadow of conflict, but brightened by opportunity. Every coin in circulation told a story. People used pennies for everyday necessities, groceries, bus rides, small tips, but some coins survived, preserved by accident or careful collectors, and those survivors are the ones that carry enormous value today. The D-mint mark on this 1953 penny, small and unassuming beneath the date, tells a story collectors understand immediately. Denver's mint numbers were lower than Philadelphia's, making these coins inherently more rare. That tiny letter transforms what looks like an ordinary piece of change into a coin that commands attention in the collector world. Even minor differences in strike, toning, or where can create variations that elevate the coin's value exponentially. Collectors examine every line, every curve, and every shadow on the coin because those details can determine whether a penny is worth a few dollars or a life-changing sum. This coin is deceptively simple in appearance. The deep brown surface, smooth patina, and very fine original look make it visually appealing, but easily overlooked by anyone who doesn't know what to look for. Yet to a trained eye, every subtle characteristic matters. The crispness of the wheat stalks on the reverse, the sharpness of Lincoln's features on the obverse, the precision of the D-mint mark. All these elements speak volumes about the coin's condition and rarity. Even minor anomalies, like a slight doubling in the die or unusual toning patterns, can elevate a coin's value dramatically. Collectors obsess over pennies like this. They search through coin rolls, forgotten jars, and dusty drawers, hunting for examples that have survived decades. Auctions for 1953 D-wheat pennies can become dramatic battlegrounds, with bidders competing for the best examples. A single coin in exceptional condition might sell for thousands, while coins with rare anomalies can fetch tens of thousands or more. Each penny is a miniature story of survival, a remnant of history that has endured countless transactions, decades of circulation, and the indifference of ordinary people who never suspected its hidden worth. Imagine holding one yourself. You reach into a jar of coins brushing past ordinary pennies, and suddenly one catches your eye. The deep brown patina, the very fine condition, and the demint mark beneath the date leap out at you. Your heart races as you realize you could be holding a fortune. Every scratch, every shadow, every subtle detail becomes meaningful. The coin is not just money, it is history, wealth, and potential, waiting silently for someone perceptive enough to recognize it. The 1953 penny is also historically significant. It circulated in a time when America was transitioning from post-war recovery into an era of economic expansion. People were spending, saving, and adjusting to new realities, and coins passed through countless hands in countless transactions. Each surviving coin is a witness to that history, carrying with it the story of a nation of families and of everyday life in the early 1950s. For collectors, owning one is not just about value. It is about holding a tangible connection to the past, a piece of history that can never be recreated. Even coins with minor wear or circulation marks can be valuable if they retain the demint mark and fine original appearance. Collectors evaluate each coin carefully, considering factors like color, surface texture, toning, and clarity of the mint mark. Some coins develop rare toning over decades, subtle shades of reddish-brown, orange, or even gold, which make them exceptionally desirable. These features, while sometimes overlooked by ordinary people, can turn a simple penny into a coveted collector's item worth extraordinary sums. The thrill of discovery is one of the reasons collectors hunt for pennies like the 1953 A coin jar, a forgotten roll, or a drawer of change can suddenly yield a coin worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine the excitement of finding one, the disbelief, the heart racing, the realization that something so small can hold such extraordinary value. These pennies are hidden fortunes circulating quietly in everyday life, waiting for someone to recognize their potential before they are spent and disappear forever. The market for 1953 pennies is competitive and intense. Serious collectors, dealers, and investors watch auctions, online marketplaces, and private sales closely. When a coin in excellent condition appears, bidding wars can erupt, sometimes lasting hours, sometimes ending in a few dramatic minutes. The right coin can fetch prices that would astonish most people, turning something they might have thought ordinary into a life-changing acquisition. Every subtle detail matters. Toning, die alignment, surface condition, and the clarity of a mint mark can all determine the final value. Errors make some 1953 pennies even more valuable. Slightly off-center strikes, doubled dies, or unusual toning are subtle, but dramatic differences that collectors recognize instantly. These anomalies are the reason people examine coins so meticulously, knowing that a minor feature can transform an ordinary penny into a priceless gem. Even pennies with minor circulation can be highly desirable if they have these rare features, because each coin tells a unique story of survival and rarity. Stories of discovery abound. One coin might be found in a jar of pennies passed down through generations. Another might appear in a roll purchased from a bank or in a drawer of change forgotten for decades. Every coin has its journey, and each journey contributes to its value and allure. The 1953 penny is deceptively quiet, unassuming, and ordinary in appearance, but it carries potential wealth that is anything but ordinary. And here is the moment that will make your eyes widen. A pristine 1953 wheat penny, with deep brown layers and very fine original condition, has been sold at auction for $150,000. That's right, one small penny, sitting unnoticed in pockets and drawers for decades, can be worth $150,000. A single coin, once thought ordinary, has transformed into a fortune, a collector's dream, and a tangible connection to history. So, the next time you reach for a penny, pause. Look closely. Check for the D mint mark, examine the color, inspect the surface for subtle anomalies, and notice the fine details that might elevate its value. The 1953 D wheat penny doesn't shout, it whispers, but its whisper is loud enough for anyone who knows what to listen for. Hidden fortunes are quietly moving around us, unnoticed and unappreciated, and sometimes they're hiding in the simplest of places, right in your pocket, waiting for you to see what most people overlook. Wow! Just take a moment to let that sink in. These coins aren't just old pennies. They're hidden treasures hiding in plain sight, quietly worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every coin you pass over could be a life-changing fortune waiting to be discovered. If this shocked you, smash that like button. Let others know about these secrets before it's too late. Share this video with your friends and family so no one accidentally throws away something worth thousands. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Rare CoinX USA. We uncover the rarest, most valuable coins in America, from Lincoln wheat pennies to Buffalo nickels, and show you exactly how to spot them. Turn on notifications so you never miss a hidden treasure again. Now, here's where it gets even more exciting. Check the comments below and tell us. Have you ever found a coin you couldn't believe was valuable? We love hearing your stories, and your comment could help someone else spot a fortune in their own home. Finally, don't stop here. Go watch our previous video on Buffalo nickels. Those coins are quietly worth hundreds of thousands, and you won't believe how many are still hiding in circulation. Fear of missing out is real, and your next hidden fortune could literally be sitting in your pocket, jar, or drawer right now. Don't let it slip away.